I think it's wisely to narrow down on two specific things. So you have to ask yourself, what is important for you?
Prepare, you need to know what the company does, you need to know why tech sales, right? Why do you want to enter that career? Why do you want to enter that company?
Tell me about yourself is something you have to think about your CV and how to position yourself, and also how do you handle challenges.
You prepare for the case studies, that you need to be receptive to feedback, that you need to follow up ideally, show an interest in them by preparing questions at the end of the interviews.
I had a roleplay interview. Basically, I was the BDR and I had to discovery call. I got a contact, basically a name and a LinkedIn profile, and I had to do my research and how to approach that person. Once I get connected with that person and they want to see how you do your upfront contract, you are on the roll for like 10 minutes and then they break up, then they give you feedback, and then you have to do the whole thing again. But this time you have to include the feedback. And they want to see that you're coachable, so you have to include the feedback.
They want to test your critical reasoning also. What was the situation that you were in? What was the task that you were faced with that maybe was a challenge? What action did you take back then? So it's mostly based on what did you do in the past and what was the result, what was the outcome? And if you answer questions like that are geared towards how did you behave at some point in the past, that's usually best practice, the STAR method.
Treat it as a sales call. Always ask for the next step. So in the end of each interview, of each round, ask, so what is the next step? What would you prevent from hiring me, or what would you like to learn more about me?
I like to ask the question, what have you learned, or what impact has this company had on you since you've been working there?
Take notes, because if you have 5 interviews, then after the 5th one, you don't remember how the first one was.
How do you deal with rejection, objections? That's one question they all ask, because they want to see, how do you deal with stress? How do you deal with someone saying, no, I'm not interested? And one thing I found very, very helpful, which you will learn at High Rise, is that don't just give up.
Quote a situation where you actually overcome that challenge, so you can prove that you've done it in the past. So it's kind of like the STAR method.
Just like in any relationship, sometimes it just doesn't click. So for all of you, don't be discouraged by getting just rejections.
It's so simple, but it works. So always write a thank you follow-up email. That's worth so much.